Hey, thanks for stopping by. I think we can all agree that this quarantine is driving us all crazy, especially those of us who really like to go to the gym like myself. So I had to get creative and come up with a little home workout. Now, I don't really like home workouts. I do prefer to go to a gym. It just gets me in the mood to actually do my workouts more when I'm around other people who are doing the same thing. And just for me, doing home workouts and not having the equipment is just not conducive to my fitness goals. I personally am trying to gain weight and build on some more mass than I have, so I really rely on the machines and the dumbbells and the squat racks to be able to achieve those goals. So body weight workouts don't really work for me, but I had to come up with a makeshift weight exercise for today, which you'll see later on. So as you can see for now, I'm starting off with yoga. I pulled up a video by Yoga with Adriene. Of course, I'll link it down below. This video was specifically to aid with hip and lower back pain because I'm low-key 90 years old and I've had back problems since I was like maybe 11. I'm pretty sure all three of my remaining grandparents have better backs than I do. Nonetheless, I found her video to be super helpful. It was a lot of stretching and making sure that we can get blood flow to the lower back and make sure it was loosened up, just so that I would have more mobility in my everyday activities, but specifically for the rest of the workout. Now, I just really like to do yoga as a form of stretching before my actual lifting workout, just as a safety precaution, and it just feels really good to be all warmed up and stretched out and loosened up before I do the heavy lifting. So it's something that I definitely recommend for any of you watching, is just stretch before and after your workout. Also notice in a couple seconds that I chuckle to myself as I'm watching the video, and that's just because Adriene's dog walked in and then sat on her. So another reason to watch Yoga with Adriene is because she has a dog that pops in every now and then. If you pay attention to my feet, not in a weird way obviously, you'll notice that my toes are constantly pointed or at least a little bit scrunched, and I'm always turning out my knees and my ankles, and that's just because I did ballet for a really long time. Wait for it. There it is! Oh, there it is again! Yeah, it's just out of habit. It's better for your hips if your knees are turned out anyway, because if you turn your knees inward, then your hips kind of turn inward, and that's not good for the muscle. That's why a lot of hockey goalies actually have hip problems, is because they're constantly on their knees but turning them in to protect the goal. But that's not good for you. Alright, now the yoga portion has come to an end, and I'm about to start the actual weight workout. For my music, I'm choosing to go with Halsey. She is my girl. She's the perfect amount of emo pop that I need in my life. In absence of real gym equipment, I've decided to fill up this laundry basket with some heavy things and use it as kind of a makeshift barbell in a way. I'm doing overhead shoulder presses and then some rows, which has helped me with shoulder strength, back strength, as well as it kind of hits your biceps as well, so kind of a triple whammy. I'm doing 5 reps of overhead shoulder presses and then 5 reps of rows before I end the set. And then you'll notice that I take sips of water in between each of my sets, which I think is a really great habit for all athletes to get into, just to keep your hydration consistent. That way you don't feel like you're super thirsty or about to pass out in the middle of your workout. Now we're done with the upper body portion and it's time for the leg portion. I've just held up the basket up to my chest and started doing lunges. I didn't really like it that much, TBH, because I didn't feel like I really had a good sense of balance and stability. It probably had to do with the fact that I wasn't wearing shoes. Yes, I decided against wearing shoes just because I didn't feel like I needed to put on socks and then wear shoes when I was just working out indoors anyway. I'm a big fan of not wearing clothes that I don't need to wear, so no shoes for the lunges, but I think maybe if I was wearing shoes I would have been able to balance out on the toe a little bit better. Who knows? But I wasn't wearing them and I just kind of had to balance a little bit harder when I was lunging. Something else that I didn't consider is the fact that the added weight was on my upper body. Normally, if you're going to the gym and you're doing weighted lunges, you would hold your dumbbells by your sides and then the weight would be lower to the ground and then it would be easier to stabilize, I guess. But I think in this case, since I was holding the laundry basket high up on my body, it probably just changed my center of gravity. And to conclude, I'm just rolling out my muscles onto tennis balls that I duct tape together. My dudes, never ever underestimate the power of rolling out your muscles, whether it is on a tennis ball or on a foam roller. It is so important to make sure that you're loosening up all of that lactic acid that you've just built up. It's the same thing as doing a cool down lap after you've just run a mile. It's just more like a massage in a way, just to help prevent any extra buildup and extra tightness that you won't need the next day. So of course I had to roll out my glutes since they got a little bit tight from all of those lunges, and now I've moved on to putting the double tennis ball on my back so that I would roll up against the 2 muscles that are attached to my spine. It's not a muscle that I can easily stretch out, so it feels really nice to be able to dig into it with the double tennis balls. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really hope I was able to give you some ideas of how to do weighted workouts while you're in quarantine and don't have access to the gym. It's a really sad time right now, but we're all doing our best. I really hope you're all staying sane out there, because I definitely am not. I'm going crazy being alone and not having social interaction. So I hope you're doing better than me. Goodbye.